Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Spotlight TV. I'm your host, Johanna Luna. Right now we're putting the spotlight on Hispanic Heritage Month. Don't you go anywhere, because I got an exclusive co-host with me, a special one. No te vayas. Hey guys, there you are again. Thank you very much for joining us for a special edition on celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, the month of October here in Ontario and across our nation. And guess what? Our amigos down south are also celebrating our culture. Joining me here is the one and only Juan. How you doing, man?
Muy bien, muy bien. Muchas gracias por oh, never mind. It's English, right? It's because we're celebrating Spanish culture, so I'm expecting people to speak Spanish by now in Toronto. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for joining us right now, because we're in vivo right now, live right now, and it really means a lot to us because you got the shtick, you got the sting, you know, you're very fun, you're very cool and creative, and as a comedian, man, like, I want to know, because you're Latin, you're from Colombia, and you've got that heritage to you. What does it mean to you being a Latino, celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month?
Well, I think it's just celebrating culture. It's just, again, Toronto, it's not about, like, we're not celebrating Spanish culture per se, but we're celebrating how we've made a difference in a culture like Toronto, in a city like Toronto, in a country like Canada. We've been growing our own culture in here, and we're getting more Canadians to permeate and to learn about what's happening with us, and I think that's what we're trying to do here with our comedy.
I love it. I love it. Listen, you do it well, and honestly, you represent the Latin community amazing. And guys, let me tell you, this guy, he's funny. He always makes our production crew laugh. He's got that thing, you know, that it thing we call it in showbiz, right? Talk to me, porque you do a lot of comedy, stand up, but you also do improvisation. You do a little bit of like here and there. You do live mics. Talk to me about, you know, what you do.
Do porn as well.
I told you it's funny.
No, to be honest, I'm not funny. I'm super boring. But when I get on stage, I'm super real. I just tell things how they should be told. And people laugh because I'm straightforward, and I try to touch those taboos and those things that nobody else can touch. I just do my thing, and people like it.
For sure. But talk to me about like Hawaii. Like initially, like why did you get into this business? Porque, you know, let's face it, man. You know, being a Latin broadcaster, you know, there's been ups and downs. I'm not gonna lie to my audience. There's always been like, you know, yes and no's, but I want to know, man, porque...
Well, you know what? It's being a Latino, it's hard from the beginning, because I think it's, for us, it's a shock coming here from how we get here. Some of us cross the border. Some of us landed here and claimed refugees. Some of us came here to study but didn't know the language. Some of us came here to work but didn't find the perfect situation to really make a difference. And so I think it's rough starting from scratch in a new culture. So I think for me, stand-up comedy is like being the voice of the people that have to say something out there, right? There's frustration, there's harshness, there's things that us Latinos want to speak out about, but people are too shy. People tend to be just quiet about that, and they just live their lives, and they put their like bad stuff and whatever wrongs happen in their life aside, and they just try to live. What I do is bring all those bad things, put them out there, and make it a twist, like make a twist and
it's like a blending.
Yeah, like you can turn bad stuff into good stuff, and that's I think that's my job as a stand-up comedian.
Well, and talk to me about like giving advice to newcomers, porque Canada's a lovely place to call home. I'm blessed to be here, living as a Canadian Ecuadorian. I like living here, and honestly, give us some advice to up-and-coming, you know, newcomer that wants to live here.
First advice is to the lady that just almost broke her foot behind us. I don't know if you got that on camera. But yeah.
I told you it's funny.
Second advice is, what are we talking about again? Advice to our Spanish people?
To newcomers.
To newcomers, okay. Yeah. Try to blend in first. Like, people try to bring their own culture and put it like in front of them and just push it into people's face. And you know what? When you come to a new country, you gotta first learn the new culture, blend in. Like, be happy in the new place that you're being welcomed to, and then bring your stuff over and share with everyone else, right?
I like that. And there you have it. Bada bing, bada boom, right? You got to just incorporate yourself. Okay, last question, because we live in Toronto and we're here in front, live, downtown Toronto City Hall, right next to the Toronto sign. I want to know, what do you love about our city?
Right next to the Toronto sign. And I think today is the Chinese invasion because we have like 1,000 Chinese around us. What I love about Toronto is that, exactly that. We have Chinese people here, we have Arab people here, we have Spanish people here, Italian guy taking pictures behind the cameras. So I think it's all about the multiculturality that we have out here. It gives us the opportunity to just learn about so many different like, food, styles, music, people, cultures. So I think that's what I love about Toronto.
Agree, ditto. I love bringing our culture to the table and it's everything. We immerse ourselves and it's lovely. Guys, don't go anywhere. Juan's gonna do a little stand-up comedy for us here with Spotlight TV Radio Network.
What? I wasn't told that. Okay, so mi gente de Spotlight TV, we're celebrating the Spanish Heritage Month. But apparently tenemos como 2 millones de chinos en la parte de atrás, así que no sé qué está pasando. I don't know if the camera can get this, but we're gonna try to get these Chinese people to speak some Spanish. Since we're talking about the Spanish heritage, I think the most important thing is to talk about girls, because the Spanish girls are our signature, right? So why don't we get this guy right here? You're Spanish, right? Oh, creo que no habla español. Español? Who speaks Spanish?
Spanish.
I thought you guys were Spanish. English. Where are you guys from?
No, we are from China.
From China?
Yeah.
Nice. Are Chinese girls jealous?
Yes.
Very
they are very beautiful.
Beautifully jealous. So I'm talking about Colombian girls in specific because I'm married to a Colombian. And I want to tell you guys something in Spanish. These people are not going to understand, but we're going to make fun of that. En español les voy a contar que las mujeres colombianas son lo más celoso. Ustedes pueden decir el nombre de una exnovia y ellas tienen allá atrás la neurona de los celos, como diciendo ¿cómo me llamaste? Y uno lo llama como la exnovia y ella se transforma. ¿Cómo me dijiste? Ay, papá, así son las mujeres, celosas. Pero les voy a decir otra cosa de las mujeres y es un dato muy curioso. Lo voy a decir en inglés para que ellos entiendan un poco de esto. Did you guys know that there's studies that a very important university have done that says that women today can have up to 9 orgasms in 5 minutes?
9 or women have what?
9 orgasms in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Could you imagine that? For me to give 9 orgasms to my partner, I have to invite over 8 friends. 9, just in case. Well, yeah, that's my comedy. Thank you so much. My name is Juan. See you guys next time. Making people uncomfortable in Toronto.
Welcome to China. Welcome to China. We are Yonge members. Welcome to Beijing. Welcome to Guangdong. Welcome.
¿Qué dice mi gente? Mi nombre es Juan Cajiao y les quiero contar que yo sufro de erecciones bipolares crónicas. Para los que no saben lo que es esto y no son médicos, esto significa que mi pipí no se para cuando yo quiero, sino cuando a él se le da la gana. Por ejemplo, a veces cuando estoy en una reunión de trabajo, se me para. A veces cuando estoy abrazando a mi mamá, se me para. Y a veces cuando estoy cagando, se me para. Y creo que los hombres se sienten identificados con esto, que no hay nada más feo que se le pare a uno cuando está en el baño, porque uno siente que está tocando la pared interna del inodoro y uno no sabe qué hacer y se pregunta si el seguro médico va a cubrir la penicilina o la amputación. Muchas gracias, Juan Cajiao.